look around in the world, what do I see? I see footprints that man has left on the side while walking through time. I see suits of our ambition, figments of our imagination, and I ask myself, when will it end? When will it end? It is plain to see, universally this life is not bountiful as it was, simply because in this quest for success, nothing stands in man's way. Oh, because we run dry, so the birds won't fly, the mountains will be no longer high. And when I really think of this, I just wonder why. Why? I see charity deployed, equal rights totally ignored, wisdom and ingenuity walking in accord, simply to afford. But inventions as to nuclear warfare and environmental warfare, and I wonder now, where do we go from here? Traffic's everywhere, days upon the horizon, and the clock of judgment will come, and the savage hands of unscrupulous men defile everything passed by.
Time is running out as we eat and drink, species at the brink of being extinct.
And I think
No one can deny
that the price of progress is high. Really, really high, high, high. I see consciousness a bit as to give, recklessly. Money make egos inflate, and thereby create a turbulent state. I see a struggle between the sexes in hang-ups and old complexes. Now the question is, right in context, what shall be next? I've already seen this would have come divided between race, color, creed, and class. And some of the things the scripture predict, our truth will come to pass. So I wouldn't dare children making children to be a part of this growing mass. And I ask, if this is progress, Lord, how long would it last? How long would it last? How long would it last?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's Monday the 3rd of December, and this is the last Nighttime Lives, because tomorrow morning, if all goes well with the upgrade of the transmitter at 104.7, which has been going on all weekend, carried on all through today. So we were supposed to launch today, we're launching tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. A brand new radio show live with Philip Edward Alexander, and it starts tomorrow at 9 in the morning, 9 to 10. Every morning, we try in that time to see how it goes. And yeah, and that is tomorrow. So we are going to launch that in the morning. So this is quite possibly the last of the evening time lives, as it's going to take a lot to do a morning and an evening show. Please share the video while we wait for people to come on board and start the conversation. We're going nowhere fast. As a nation, we're going nowhere fast. And listen, it's we thing, it's we country, it's our place. Everybody, all of you who see me every single day, all of you who call me, all of you who message me, all of you that give me all of this hope that we're going to do this, stand together, we're with you, bam, bam, bam. Where are you? Because I cannot be the the symbol of fighting, the unseen hand, that is destroying this country. You all have to step up. It can't be that everybody else fear for their lives, for their safety, for their jobs, for their income. And I, like my jackass, big child, all of y'all know. Y'all know. And as somebody said today, do like Epsom salts and pass through. If you can get out, go. If you can get out, go. Leave. Because Keith Rowley and his bandit clan raiding Trinidad and Tobago. Raiding it. They have no time with you. They have no time with me. They give a shit. I think we're making a certain noise. And that the DPP will jump up. The Chief Justice will jump up. Somebody will jump up. Nobody jumping up. The country is broken. It's rotten. It's warped. It's disgusting. There is nobody in any public office, no commissioner of police, no chairman of the Integrity Commission. There is nobody. There is nobody in Trinidad and Tobago standing in your defense. None. We've arrived. Our last election is in front of us. The same unseen hand, the same parasitic oligarchy, the same business interest, the same contractocracy, the kleptocracy, the same bunch of professionals and business interests and politicians that have formed themselves into this unholy alliance that are raiding this nation, are picking people off, either scaring them away or paying them off. So it's one of the two. There are few jackasses like me. Few. And that's the problem, because somebody said to me tonight, what we need is more, not less. And you know, we are responsible. We are responsible for this. Stop saying negative things, people. Stop saying nobody cares. Stop saying these things. You're not helping the cause. You're not helping mobilize people. You're not changing the game. Show tomorrow, we jamming still. Hey man, I ain't gonna stay too long tonight. I'll keep it short, because we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to make a decision. You know what? All the talk, all the love talk, all the sweet talk, all the hug talk, we have to make a decision. This Sunday, there's a march, and that march is to raise awareness, violence against women. We don't care about that. We've allowed others to put collar and leash on us. We've allowed this. We've allowed this. We've played foolish games, and people who look like you, bullying you, and you're just taking it because you just think that, okay, because if I don't get bullied by somebody who look like me, I'll get bullied by somebody who don't. And what's the difference? What's the point? Same bull. It's the same mashup, it's the same broken. We are celebrating a commissioner of police that taking out all the low-hanging fruit. And hey, the last commissioner of police wasn't doing that. And it's good to know that if you get kidnapped, that there's a commissioner of police that want to say we rescue you. That's a good thing. But the nation is broken from on top. This morning, CNC3, Urivashi drove through Petrotrin gates. There was nobody to stop her. There was nobody to stop her. There was nobody to, and then we hear Amalgamated Security get the contract. I asked, where was the tender process? How come I don't know about this? How could you just pick up Petrotrin and hand it to people? How could you do that? How did Keith Rowley and his crew get to just steal Petrotrin? Don't you understand that that is what is going on? That is what's happening. That an entire layer of security now, Petrotrin security, has been replaced by Amalgamated Security plus a profit for Amalgamated, for Michael Aboud and whoever else have shares in Amalgamated. But how did that come to be? How did all of this get to happen so easily? And how did we sit back and let this happen? How? You all keep talking shit about if they stop carnival, we go riot. Bullshit. Bullshit. All you will be on Facebook. Hey, you hear what they say? No carnival. Oh shit. Only writing fast. Nothing. If you can't stand up, let's listen here. You see all them little check all they're fighting for now? Them check on and run out there. The bills, the debts, the mortgage, the car payment, the child, all the medical needs, the child, Augustus Long Hospital gone. All the needs of your family, all the food for the table, all that will stop. When that check run out, it could look like big numbers, you know. You'll be surprised how fast 12 months salary gone. And then what? There is nothing replacing the job. You are not in a competitive job market. You can't go somewhere else. 30,000 people can't go and line up and apply for a job somewhere else at a similar salary. Yes, you could possibly get a job packing dinner box for KFC. Yes, Amalgamated needs more and more guards because I hear they just got the civil aviation contract to again without tender. Now, that was not riot, Alice. That was not riot for Ham. Trinidadians greedy and nasty. And Massey wanted to say, let me prove to you who you are. Greedy and nasty. $50 for a ham. Come and fight one another. Let me show the world who all is. Could save that. Are there more people in this country, red and dead, yellow and steady, whatever? It doesn't matter anymore. All the bullshit, you all don't realize it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There is no Caroni, there is no Petrotrin, there is nothing. There's nowhere for you to turn but CPEP and URP. There's nothing. Politicians now control the whole treasury through their finances and you're in trouble. But how was this allowed to happen? Petrotrin is a crime scene. Greenvale is a crime scene. After Greenvale flooded and all that information came out, Camille Robinson, Kid Rowley and John Rahal were supposed to be taken into custody and questioned. This is a mad country. We are sitting down watching criminal activity and saying nothing. We have 41 people in the parliament. 41. They just pass a law. Half of y'all ain't know the hell the law is. But they just give the state more power to investigate and interfere with your information. I mean, not like they needed the stamp of propriety, because they don't give a shit. They can do what they want because there's no public office nowhere that is not part of this gang. There is no public office nowhere in this country whose strings not being pulled by the people who pull in all the strings. Because if that was real, if this was a real country, this couldn't happen. There would have been people that you could have turned to. Ansel Roger sold oil field workers to the oligarchy. Ansel Roger, with his little stunts. I don't know if Ozzy Warwick, who's still talking, get a cut in the money. Or if Ozzy really fighting and don't know that OWTU was sold to the highest bidder. That all them oil field workers who by law could march on their own, they had to march. Listen now, these bitches write laws to make you think that union. When I find out TSTT lawyer is Stuart Young and TSTT union lawyer is Stuart Young himself to himself, getting guidance and advice from Michael Comina and Stuart Young, use the union that leading the people against the people that raiding the company. Last voice. Last voice. I don't know what it counts for. Because all it would take, 25,000 of us frighten the UNC. And they take night and make day and bring the Children's Authority Bill. Look, 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 it's a law. 40,000 of us march against Section 34. They open the parliament and they wouldn't come out till they repeal it. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Is it that we just don't care? That if we bread have butter, we don't care. It's like you go up in the sky and you look down at Bayside Towers, completely wrapped around by concrete. And I wonder if the people in Bayside Towers understand the Express article today that say people, this country, on the verge of people losing their minds. We've broken it. We've allowed it to break. We've taken the chain up on the con that the UNC and the PNM was ever something different. That was ever for you. We've taken that chain up on that con that the PNM and the UNC was for black and Indian people. We took that chain up on that con. Now they've taken everything. Now they've drawn the line in the sand. They've called Mbert, overheard them in the cabinet, say, them ain't go riot, and went and talked that shit for the IMF. And then they stopped tapping him up to this day. Because that's how they think of you. You have those stones. You have no belly. You have no backbone. You ain't gonna vote them out. You gonna talk shit. You gonna beat up. You gonna say something. Boy, Philip, we with you. And come election day. Nah, boy. That Alexander fella in black like we, nah? Where we going? Where we going from here? If there is an election between now and 2020 as is constitutionally due, because I have to say if, because they're doing what they want now where the Constitution is concerned. There is no office of state in this country looking after the interests of the people. Nobody. There's nobody that you can make a report to. Kiss Baking Company is facing me square. Square. The chairman and women of every single regional corporation have admitted, according to the Freedom of Information request we sent, every single one of them have had to admit that Kiss Baking Company, trading as Qualos, does not have permission to vend or sell at the side of the road. But those same regional corporations cannot send municipal police to move Kiss. The National Police Service is worried because they say, if we move Kiss, all Kiss have to say is, what about all them doubles vendors? So if the doubles vendors breaking the law, that had to deal with too. In a nation where the people who wraps your doubles holds their penis with their bare hands to piss. Might piss all over their hand and then come back and make your doubles with their bare hands. Because when you are selling doubles at the side of the road and you need to piss, it's only more road. And some of you will say, well, penis is a flavor. I cool with that. I cool with that. If that's the nation that you are willing to tolerate, if that is the standard you are willing to accept, a day is coming now. This is not hyperbole. This is not suspicion. This is fact. A day is on the way when you have no choice and you have no representation. None. There is nobody. There is nobody. Because if Kamla Persad Bissessa and the UNC were not paid off, Petrotrin couldn't close down. If Ansel Roger and some of the top of the OWTU wasn't paid off, Petrotrin couldn't close down. I tell you that. All of them in the UNC get handled too. The same way all of them in the PNM get handled. Hold your share. It's billions we're talking about. The people who are capable of doing that sort of assault, this wasn't a hostile takeover, you know. This was a rollover and play dead. This was a rollover and play dead. That is the truth. Sorry about that. People messaging me and I have to respond to them. But if the UNC and the 300,000 people they say they talk for didn't want Petrotrin to shut down, Trinidad shut down. And if the OWTU didn't want Petrotrin to shut down, Petrotrin, NP, NGC, work stop, country shut down. That's all it took. And they don't have so much soldiers and police to send to drive NP truck and pump NP gas. Because by the third week, what filled into the tanks, when that empty, you're risking life and limb, having untrained personnel trying to access gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, nothing going nowhere. The OWTU had that power, and the moment the government stood up against the OWTU, the PSA and all the other unions would have said, hey, because what just took place in this country, nobody understands it. It's like nobody understands the bullshit with Sandals. Sandals said the day was coming to build a hotel in Trinidad. Along the way in that conversation, it ended up with Trinidadians paying to build a hotel, begging Sandals for the name. All Sandals do better than us is advertise. We don't advertise shit. And it's $22 billion they're talking about. This is madness. If you spend $1 billion on tourism in Tobago, if you picked up Caribbean Airlines and Air Jamaica, which we own too, and made them functions of the Ministry of Tourism, and gave the Ministry of Tourism a mandate to build hotels and open rooms and start guest houses and work with Tobago and market Tobago, because tourists don't want to come here and bull on different beds with views of different tropical skylines. They want to see your island. They want to see what you have to offer that is different to what they have after the second day of hot sun. Okay. But don't permit to lie down on the next lounging chair and rub me down. What your country have. And that's what we had to market. We had the most beautiful, unspoiled tropical island in the world. A 99% chance that you won't have to face hurricanes. We're outside the hurricane belt. Everything that Bali have to spend money to make, Tobago have natural. Everything. Everything. Unspoiled. Charlottesville. Speyside. We're talking Pigeon Point that they screwed into the ground to monetize. Pigeon Point is the textbook definition of a beautiful tropical beach. There is nowhere in the world to match Pigeon Point. There is nowhere. No Man's Land and Pigeon Point and the coral and the nylon pool. Tobago, that whole run from Crown Point, all the way past Pigeon Point, could have been a 10,000 room hotel. Hotels. We don't have an idea what representation, management, and government is. We've kept voting shithounds who come into office and saying, where you want a thief, give me my cut. Where you want a thief, give me my cut. That's what we are. We keep choosing that shit. We've kept settling for that madness. You're hearing it now, 201 people. That's not numbers. At some point, we are going to have an opportunity to give a shit about Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, ourselves and our quality of life. Or we are going to settle for this as it. Because after this next election, there is nobody else coming to stand up for this country. After this next election, there's nothing left. People keep asking me, where you're going to get the money from to fix it? Because they know it's all been stolen. Where you going to get the money from to fix it? Where? And we have to tell you that we don't care. And we say it now, so you'll never hear it from us then. You know these stunting jackasses is what I tell you, treasury was empty. We take that for granted. That every single cent that we're going to need to fix this country has to be done by us. From scratch. Undo, redo a real economy. Joint ventures with multiples of organizations, local, regional, and international. Diversify this economy at breakneck speed to get us into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals to make Trinidad and Tobago a real country for the first time. It is going to require us dealing with reclaiming our pitch lake, reclaiming our oil and gas, restarting Caroni Limited with a mandate to feed the nation. It's going to take bruising some 1% egos, and they know that. It is going to take shutting down UDCOT, TIDCO, whatever they call it, the tourism company now, Sport TT, EMBD, EFCL, all of those fake companies that Patrick Manning designed as a mechanism to steal money. Because none of those special purpose companies have a mandate or achieve their mandate, ever. Not one. Not UDCOT. Not UDCOT gave us Call the Heart. Sport TT gave us Anil Roberts. And you don't want to see what's going on in the Education Facility Company Limited. That is a theftocracy. And the Estate Management Company, EMBD, that, by the time you find out what was government land, it ain't government land anymore. It ain't government land anymore. And you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, it is yours if you stand up for it. All of it is yours or was yours. Get back some of the stolen money. Derek Benjamin, I want to turn Brian Lara Promenade into an auction site every Saturday. Come and buy what these people stole our money to purchase. We will take it all back. All of it. It is time to... It's past time. If you're not prepared to wake up, if we not prepared to wake up, and listen, bad talk Philip Alexander is an Olympic sport in this country. You run out of things to say. You know what they can't say? We afraid that man like cat afraid holy water. We afraid him bad. We know that if they have one person that if get an opportunity in office will jail Captain Takok. Anybody who used public office to disadvantage the people, to make life hard today. A woman named Karen Popwell, or Popplewell, however you pronounce it, came on a thread to vent her PNM spleen because we had the audacity to share a picture of a styrofoam box, 2 dry slices of Kiss white bread, and some canned tuna with 2 pieces of carrot and a piece of string bean, and say $5,000 million a year being spent on public health, and this is what you feeding people. And don't give me no bullshit about no restricted diet. I have doctors as friends, senior doctors, and the first thing they just tell me is, brother man, white bread can't make it to no restricted diet. Nowhere. There is no patient in the hospital where a doctor will prescribe dry bread. My training partner in the gym is a senior surgeon. He told me tonight, in a country that have breadfruit, cassava, eddos, and sweet potato, and proper Tobago fish, we giving them canned tuna packed with mercury and nutritionless Kiss bread. I'm telling people, doctor prescribed that. Miss me with that bullshit, and then come in to say we're going to serve it in a styrofoam box. Give Guy and Gordon a contract. The woman tell me, after she couldn't win the argument about the quality of the food or what they serve in the hospital, she tell me that picture fake. And I had to go and bring the man who took the picture to come and tell Trinidad and Tobago his mother had a heart attack on Friday and in Mount Hope, and this is the shit they give her to eat. And he said, I'm sorry that this is the 3rd meal she got there, and by this time I fed up and I wanted to show Trinidad and Philip, and that's why I sent it to you. So when he come on the wall and he tell her that ain't fake, baby, I take that picture, she had to shut up and disappear. But that is how them PNM and UNC cockroach will behave. When real government reach, they have somebody said, do you wonder at the amount of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? I say I never stop wondering about that. I never stop. I long for the opportunity of government. I long for the opportunity to access the books. And they could burn it down like how they burned down Wassa Records Office. We understand forensic accounting, and we will bring foreign trained forensic accountants. And once a check was cashed, we start the search from there. And we're coming backwards. Once a check was cashed, like I tell them, how you ever stop the drug trade? I'll go and pick up every spranger on every corner that looking to beg and buy and wash and beg and draw your picture, all that shit, pick up all. And you want to walk free tonight? Take me to where it is by your rocks. So we pull up there by the people who sell the rocks and take all of them into custody. Because selling cocaine is a crime. And you want to walk free tonight, never to sell cocaine again, of course. Because you now have a record. And if we have to pick you up again for selling cocaine again, you will not see daylight for a long time. Tell us who supplies you with your cocaine. And go and pick up those. And do the same process. After you get the supplier, you get the distributor. And the distributor leads you to the importer. That's the guy you want. You see, once you break that whole structure down multiples of times, you have to break it down. And all your sprangers, when I say you walk free, you walk out of jail, into rehab, we have to manage it. We have to treat with it and manage all of these problems. We have to secure the nation's borders so the cocaine trade and the illegal US trade stops. The money laundering trade stops. Because there are businesses in this country that have no shortage of finance to expand, recession or no recession. There are businesses in this country that have no problem stocking their shelves with foreign goods, even though everybody else crying. Everybody else crying for foreign exchange. question is this: what country we want? What country we want? And it's coming down to where we go from here. Anyway, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we live on 104.7. Tune in between 9 and 10. Spread the word. We have a new graphic. It's going to be going out just now. And you could share that. Look at what happened in the Airports Authority. Now, I don't have all the information, but I have the Airports Authority letter. Mr. Kelvon Alexander, number 32666, Estate Constable, Airports Authority Security Force, Piarco. Dear Estate Constable, on the 20th of September 2018 at around 9:40 a.m. at Piarco International Airport, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dennis Moses, and I'm not reading the honorable bullshit, and Minister of Planning and Development, Camille Robinson-Regis, attempted to exit the duty-free area by the way of an access control door on the extreme left of Post 3. Now this is Camille Robinson-Regis, who is yet to answer for a bag of $100 and something thousand, a paper bag that she showed up in a banquet, that she can't explain, plenty lies, that none of it add up. She and Moses want to exit the airport without going through customs. Now this is a banana republic, because in any other nation, you have to pass through customs. You have to pass through immigration. I don't know what you have in your bag. I don't know what you have in your drawers. I don't know what you're carrying. So we need to make sure that even though we call in your minister, because this is a country where drugs move tremendously, and we have to make sure that you are not a drug trafficking minister. We don't know, so obey the law. CCTV footage indicates that you interacted briefly with Minister Moses, and in your report on the matter dated 22nd September 2018, you indicated that he identified himself to you. While you were correct in advising the honorable ministers that they could not exit the airport via that door, further review of the CCTV footage suggests that your conduct in the matter was discourteous, injurious, and fell below all your mother ass. Who? Avni Daly Brassi, superintendent. That one need to be fired tonight. This guy, Kelvon Alexander, for the size of his brass balls, promote him to superintendent tonight. It is people like him we need in this country, manning our ports, manning our doors. Mr. Avni Daly Brassi should be fired. He should be sent on his way. He should be stripped of any title, any pension. He should be charged for misbehavior in public office for this letter. For this letter. And Mr. Kelvon Alexander, number 32666, Estate Constable, should be promoted and used as an example. That's how we do it. In New York City, they put body cams and dash cams to protect the officers from wrongful accusation by people who accuse them of abuse of authority. But it also does another more important thing. When they pull you over, whoever step out that car, Jacques-Claude Escalante, it's time for you to go in your bed. Whoever step out that car, whatever your infraction is, they have no beg off. They are no, hey, Pali, you know, it's me, look me, you know, who is me? None of that shit. Boss, this body cam and that dash cam, that picking up this entire transaction, me and you, and what I pull you over for. So this happening by the book. And that's what this gentleman did. Hear what this jackass, Avni Daly Brassi, superintendent, had to say. Public figures, such as the two honorable ministers, regularly transit the airport, and their photographs are prominently displayed. I am so pissed reading this letter. At the centralized security checkpoint. As a member of the airport security force, you are expected to be able to recognize members of the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago and to facilitate their requests or inquiries in a courteous and professional manner. Your conduct has caused considerable embarrassment to the airport. Hear this jackass now. Hear this mounted donkey, Avni Daly Brassi, superintendent. Hear this, jackass. Your conduct has caused considerable embarrassment to the Airport Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, but I am reading this letter and I am thinking that this constable is in desperate need of a promotion. This is an example of law enforcement. That is what we need. That's what we need. As a consequence of your conduct in this matter, you are hereby suspended for a period of 2 weeks without pay, with effect from the date of receipt of this correspondence. Please be guided accordingly. So in this banana republic, in the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land, in this shithole, in this cesspool, in this third world failed nation, in this narco state, ministers could step off a plane, especially ministers like Moses, who 3 months ago wasn't even a Trinidadian. He's a Trinidadian by purchase. And Camille Robinson Regis abused the national credit card for fertility treatment and weave. Miss can't answer for the $143,000 she walked in the bank with trying to pretend she get it from her next bank. And both banks saying no bank would have done that. He must let pass. She should be on a list called the usual suspects. Be on the lookout for. This person, I don't know if Avni Daly Brassey is a man or a woman, but it doesn't matter. That person needs to be fired. I read a list of employee evaluations, and the worst one, they said, this employee has reached rock bottom and has started to dig. That is what Avni Daly Brassey, superintendent of the Airport Authority Police, is denying a village somewhere of its idiot. Because this person doesn't understand that the job of law enforcement is to enforce the law, not to facilitate cabinet members in a courteous manner for whatever their requests might be. That is madness. And the fact that jackasses like this hold positions like superintendent is why this country is in the mess that it's in. And jackasses like Karen Popperwell or Doppelwell or whatever her name is will stand on the side and defend it. Because we're broken. We're broken at the place where we need to be our strongest self. And that is only going to happen when the people of this country stand together and say, listen, we want to be a nation ruled by law. That is what a republic is. This, whatever this is, that is not that. That is not that. And Avni Daly Brassey, who is this person's superior? Carbon copy. Albert Griffith, Deputy General Manager, Security, Airport Authority, Trinidad and Tobago. That person getting a call from me live tomorrow. Mrs. Who? Let's see if I can make this bigger. Mrs. Dominique Harewood. Miss Dominique Harewood, Executive Manager, Strategic Human Resources, AATT. This is one mad and broken little country. This is one mad and broken little country. We have Gary Griffith on one side trying to make law enforcement fashionable again. And we have this jackass suspending a constable for having the integrity to stand up to cabinet ministers and say that is against the law. You are trying to break the law. If I let you, I would be breaking the law and misbehaving in public office. That's what it would have been. That Camille Robinson Regis was trying to commit a criminal act again. That Moses, who get let off the last time he break the law and face police, trying to do it again. So what it is really going on in this country, from captain to cook, is banditry and criminal behavior, and who dares wins? Is that what is this nation now? And are you happy raising your children in that as a country? Settling for this bullshit? Run through the list of the 41 in the parliament and ask yourself, what in heaven's name is the purpose of any one of them? All of the oaths that they sworn to, all of them, is that happening? All public office holders in this country, every single senior public office in this country needs to be dismissed. Audit them. Audit them personally. Audit the office that they hold. Audit their performance. Find the person, best performing member of the of whatever organization it is. Usually there will be the person in their bad books. That person who trying to do the job, get that man a promotion. Get that woman a promotion. You see, we could fix this, you know. All you need to do is start to pull these pieces out. All you need to do is start pulling out the corrupt. Start pulling out the broken. Start pulling out those who think that their job is to gargle government balls and kiss government ass like Avni Brasi. I swear, I don't know if there's a man name or a woman name and they didn't have a Miss or a Mrs. or a Mr. in front of it, so I don't know. But that person is a mad person, because that is a superintendent of law enforcement who suspended a law enforcement officer for doing his job. In this country, you could get suspended and fired for doing your proper job. Now tell me, And that is our truth. That is our reality. That is where we find ourselves tonight. A small handful of people, between 5,000 and 10,000 people, are holding 1.4 million people to ransom. Slowly but surely, herding you, corralling you, leashing you, tying you up, taking everything that you own, putting you under pressure, isolating you. And when you go in the hospital and after lying down on a piss-soaked mattress, if you're fortunate, if you win the lotto and you reach in the hospital and you get a bed, you win. Even if it piss soak, hush and take the piss. Because there are people waiting outside there that to them lying down on ground. So a piss soak mattress is an improvement. $5 billion a year going into financiers' pockets, bypassing the system completely, and jackasses defending it. Defending it. People telling me Keith Rowley ordained by God. I want to tell you something. Those of you who walking around with that bullshit, any God that ordained Keith Rowley have 2 horns, a tail, and a pitchfork. That is Jesus Christ and Mother Lakshmi and Allah. That is the devil. It is only the devil. Only Satan, Lucifer himself, only Beelzebub could have endorsed and ordained Keith Rowley. Nothing holy touching that. That ain't holy. That evil, partner. That not nice. Don't tell me about God ordained that. Save me that bullshit. You understand? And to the others with the PNM education, learn to speak, learn to spell, learn to communicate before you come and make an ass of yourself and the education that you're boasting about. Let us get ourselves organized as a people that want a better country. Yeah, they like to blame God for everything. God ordained that. God ordained that, my ass. Or they have even God vex. God said to say, don't put me in that shit. Don't put me in that. For everything else, don't put me in that. Anyway, Trinidad and Tobago. This is a busy week for the Progressive Empowerment Party. We are leading in collaboration with the United Nations and NGOs and civil rights and civil organizations, civil society, activist organizations. We are coordinating the Women's March on Sunday, and we're meeting at 9 o'clock at 19 Stanmore Avenue, and we're moving off at 10. Come, and you have to wear orange because the United Nations says orange the world. So it's just fortunate that Pep is orange. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I will be doing the debut show of the new series live with Philip Edward Alexander on 104.7. That starts at 9 in the morning. I will try to broadcast live. It's up to B-Mobile what kind of service we get, but we will try to broadcast that as well. Yeah? So, I have nothing else to give you now. I don't know if there will be live videos at night after this. It might be a rebroadcast of what took place in the morning on 104.7. But do your best to stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.